Erica will, ma'am.
Okay, so welcome to day 4. 400, 400,000. And we'll try not to wake your girls up. Okay, so I was looking through the reference material, the foundation reference material, and they actually had a lot more information on the energy flows and energy pulse. So if there's anything, it actually has a lot of interesting information on there. Also, Jason had a request to do
The entities there.
which one?
The entities, ma'am.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so he was asking for that. Okay. Let me see exactly where.
I also have more questions that came up around like story.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. That's really awesome. Okay. I'm trying to find the rest of the questions. So yes, something about the entities. Okay. So we'll do that when he logs on so he can hear it. Okay, so questions on, what was it again? Do you have an actual question?
Yeah, kind of. It just struck me that like maybe there's kind of a spectrum of stories, and we can get in our limiting stories about whatever at any moment. But then there's also like telling a story to like you have shared stories about these little anecdotes about situations that have like contributed and been like useful and stuff. So like at least part of my mind was wondering like, is there a trick with using stories to like create greater rather than allowing it to like create limitations?
Yeah, like the stories that invite people to different possibilities versus stories that put people in a box. Okay, so let's see, is this? Yeah, I think this is a little different from what's in the. So, what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about listening to, buying, and perpetuating the story that keeps you from the awareness of everything that is? And everything that is, Tansagat, Zillion, Holy, Destroy, and Uncreated, all please. Right and wrong, good and bad, fun and POC, all nine shorts, of course, and beyond. So stories are, for the most part, are the justification for the limitations that people are choosing. And a story is just a story. So when I do have a lot of anecdotes and things that I have picked up from other people. And usually I don't have any points of view about it. It's just like a story. So there's no like, you have to listen to this, like this is the story that will like, you know, change your entire life. It's just, it's a fun story. And sometimes you get the energy of, oh, okay, if I do that, then I can create something. So what stories do you have? What stories can you share that actually have that glimmer of an energy, that glimmer of magic, that if you were to share it, would create greater? And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, would you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POC, all nine tricks, and beyond. It got hot in here. Gonna open the door. Here you go. Okay. So I wonder if I can find more things on stories.
Yeah, even that already feels lighter and clearer for me because that's been like something that's turned over in my head a lot over the last few years because I know I have like an inspiring story just from like health things I've been through and various things, and you know, also aware of like the potential for story to be limiting, but yeah, having that questioning into like what possibilities can this open up or invite is like, it just feels like it clears up what I would want to, or how I would want to use it, I guess.
Yeah. And what if you trusted yourself enough to know that you're not going to tell a story that, you know, would put people in a place where they don't want to be?
Or myself.
Yeah. Yeah. How many stories have we told that keep us trying to, you know, either relive that story or create something? I'm not sure where it's coming, but there you go. Right, wrong,
Yeah.
good, bad, POC, all nine true sports and beyond. So this is the last, you know, it went to family. And how many stories do we have regarding family? Probably not a lot. So family is based on feelings. Oh, and in the bottom, this is what Dane put it as: fucked up and mainly interested in limiting you. And his family was kind of like, even his sister, who, you know, like recently, like she actually became a facilitator, but like you know, all of his family, it was like so hard to get them to choose something greater, and they were all vested in the story. And welcome, hi. So let's just read all. This is funny because Jason logged on as we started talking about family. Let's change. What was that?
Oh, I don't know what. Yeah, I heard something about family as I logged in.
Mm-hmm. Perfect timing.
How to get any better than that?
Okay. So how many feelings and no feelings are you using to create the family you are choosing? And everything that is, times the God's billion, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine tricks, boys and beyond. So feelings and no feelings, they're all lies. So everything that's the feeling is a lie. Your body can sense, like it has sensations, and it can feel in that, I guess in that sense. The actual feelings, what we call, I feel blank. that's not actually true. So once we start going beyond that, we can see what's true and then choose something different. So all of you who have the story that your family was mean to you and everywhere you use it as a limitation, you will not go beyond, will you just try and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So, and then you can use this, all of you who have the story that blank, and everywhere you use it as the limitation, you will not go beyond, will you just try and uncreate it all? So right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. What have you made so vital, valuable, and real about your family that you will not allow yourself to have a greater reality? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And this is, you know, there's stories of people who, like these are uplifting stories. They're like, you know, this is the first generation where all the kids went to college, and like they had to go through probably a lot of things. Like they have to what's the word, overcome, because there's, you know, there's that energetic barrier that your family only went up to here and you can't go beyond that. And there are so many people who have that. So what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about your family that you will not allow yourself to have a greater reality? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you just try to create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Cool. Okay. So what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about the order of family, relationship, children, and parenting that keeps you from the chaos of all relationships of possibility? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So this is cool. This kind of pertains to the whole foundation. When you do access and use the access tools, you start to live in and ask the question, and you stop creating the insanity that your family perpetrated. So the more you POC and POD, the more you clear things, the more you learn to live in and ask the question. It creates the difference in the way you function in your life, especially with your kids. And then if your kids actually take the classes with you, then you can notice that in your kids too, that they function so much more differently than other people and other kids. So you want to empower kids and not put wrongness in their world. So how does this work if you have a kid who's like doing something that he or she should not be doing? You ask them a question, okay? And also, you have to be like, there are 5 elements of intimacy where you're honoring yourself. So you tell them without any judgment, without, you know, making them wrong. Okay, so what are you creating with this? Or what did you create with that? And then just tell them, okay, when you do that, this is how like it affects me. Okay, so I don't like it when you do that. But it's not, you're still giving them the choice of, okay, if you want to do that, you can do that. Go ahead, but this is what's going to happen. So they have a choice to do it or not do it. So when my youngest was maybe 1 or something, I was letting him look at how I cook and stuff. And then he was going to touch like the pan. And I said, well, if you touch that, it's gonna be hot. And then like, so he put his hand closer and then he felt how it was gonna be hot. And then he didn't touch it. So he learned. And from that point on, he hasn't, touched the stove or anything, but he always watches me like cook and do all of that. And then sometimes he wants to help. So he's like, I let him, take whatever vegetables and then put it in the pot. And he's always careful. So when you let them learn that way, it's always with them. Where if you say, don't do it, they're always going to look for that 1 second when they can, okay, nobody's looking. Let me see if I can do this. And it's not really from awareness. It's more like, ooh, I want to do this because I'm not allowed to do it. And that's how humanoids are. Did we go over humanoids yet here? Okay. So what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about the order of being a right, good, perfect, and correct parent that keeps you from creating the chaos that would allow you to actually like your children when they grow up? And everything that is times a godzillion way to shine and create it all, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys, and beyond. Okay. What have you made so vital, valuable, and real about the primary relationship of and with your children that keeps them living a life of order to create order rather than having the possibility of chaos that would allow them to create their own life? And everything that is times a godzillion way to destroy and create it all, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys, and beyond.
We may not have actually gone over humanoid, but I've gone through it before somewhere.
Okay, maybe from Bar's class. So really quickly, humanoids are the people who, are always judging themselves, thinking that they're wrong. And humans always think they're right. They want to do the same thing over and over again and don't really want to create a change. And techies are the people who want to use all the resources of the earth and just, they have no sense of communion or oneness with anyone else on the planet. They just want to, destroy the planet. And with humanoids, especially, humanoid kids and parents, whenever you, so the best way to motivate a humanoid is to tell them you can't do this, because they will find a way to do it. So if you say it's impossible to do this, you can't do it, they'll try to find a way. And really, that's how the best innovations came about. Okay. So Gary raised his children a bit differently. He never told them to be careful. He told them to always be aware. He told them that if they had a sense that something wasn't wasn't right, to run and scream. So maybe not run and scream, but do something. He always asked questions of his kids. He learned never to make more than 5 rules for kids, otherwise they would have to break them. And always make the rules make sense to kids. If you make the rule, you can't do this, then they have to do it. So how many of you were invalidated at 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old? Everything you are unwilling to perceive, know, be, and receive about the brilliance that you were and not the wrongness of you that would set you free for all eternity, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shirts, boys, and beyond. So it could be even before that. So how many of you were invalidated at whatever, however old you were as a child? And everything you are unwilling to perceive, know, be, and receive about the brilliance that you were, and not the wrongness of you that would set you free for all eternity, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, boys, and beyond. So real family is family who actually care about each other and who want to make sure the other person becomes more of who they are, even if they're being an asshole. Okay, so I think that's it for this one. Oh, maybe I can find the entities section from here. Okay, yes, we can just go from here. It's almost the same, but this one is from 2019 and it's the all the things. Okay, so an entity is a being without a body. So it could be anything that's a defined thing. So this is an entity, which means you can speak to it. You can communicate with it. Let's see, what else? Like this is an entity. Everything that is an energy, which means every physical item. And everything that's an energy that's unseen and something with that, a physical something, I guess body, but it doesn't have to be a body. Okay, so there are several kinds of entities. So there are people who die and don't realize they died. There are people who have died of drug overdoses. And then when, this is actually something that would be beneficial for Floor, but you know, when people are, when people have died with a certain thing, like an illness or a drug overdose or an accident, then they're always looking for something with a similar energy as that. So there's also entities connected to you from parents, so lineages. And then there's also entities that you've assigned to help you with different things. Like Gary used to have an antique dealer that helped him find really great antiques. Okay, and then there's other entities that come to you when, you know, you ask for help. Like usually this is when you're feeling really, really down, and then you're like, I can't take it anymore, please help. And then that's when entities can come. And not all of them are actually helpful. So an example of this is demons. So demons are literally beings that are sent to disempower you. And you know, every time you do something from unconsciousness, or you do something and you don't remember why you did it or how you did it, but you just did something, it could be a demon. And then it's really easy to get rid of them. You just say, go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or this reality ever again. And then you just keep saying that. Let me copy it, and then I could just okay, there you go. So you just keep saying that. When we first started with Access, we used this a lot, like saying it 50 times and things, and then things got better. I had a book of prayers that priests used to do what do you call it? Oh my gosh, what's it called? Exorcisms. So I used that, and then I found that these demon clearings actually worked a lot faster. So this is what I've been using. So you can use entities to your advantage to get better deals on houses and cars. So this is actually in the manual. So you know, like there could be a house that's haunted and then people don't want to buy it, or, you know, some people might want to buy it, but somehow the deal always goes through, and then, you know, they end up not buying it. So when that happens, you can clear entities, and then you can clear entities by saying, entities, choose who are you? Who are you before that? 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 Choose who will you be in the future. Entities, choose what was your job? What was your job before that? What was your job before that, before that, before that? Choose what will your job be in the future. And that's it. It's really easy. When you have people doing strange and bizarre things, there usually is an entity there. So when you see someone doing something weird, or, you know, all of a sudden they're acting like they're 12 years old or 6 years old, it might be an entity. And then you say, entities, choose what's the value of holding on to this body. Choose who are you before this, you took this body. Who are you before that, before that, before that? Who will you be in the future? And then that's that. That's all. So when you're saying all of this, you're actually facilitating the entity through time. You know, you're asking them, okay, what are you, or who are you? And then before that, and before that, and before that, through all of the different choices that they've created. And then suddenly they're like, oh, you know what? I have a different choice. And then that's when they leave. Do not clear entities on people who are pregnant. Just use your awareness. So, and do not send entities to destroy or create havoc in other people's lives, or it will backfire. So never do vengeance with an entity. When you meet people and go, I hate them, it's because they are somebody you promised to wreak vengeance on. Don't do it. Just clear and pot and pock everything that's coming up. So you can break the cycle. So the entities create an electrical charge in your body, and you can clear it with all the magnetic imprinting that does not allow you to have total control over your body. Will you now destroy and create all of that? Right, wrong, good, bad, fuck, all nine tricks, voice, and beyond. Okay, walk-ins. All right. This is really long. Okay, so we'll go through it. Walk-ins. So, let's see. How will you... Okay, so we'll go through the rest of the entity stuff. And then today it's really a like a more laid back day. Are you guys okay with another ESC? I know we've been doing a lot of ESCs, but like it'll really help to integrate all of this. Okay, so walk-ins. When you were born, you were the first entity in the body. And then sometimes there's another entity that walks in. Think of it as a car. Okay, when it's brand new, someone buys it off the lot, okay, and then they drive it around for a couple of years, and then it's for sale. And then another person comes in. So sometimes that first owner stays in the car. Maybe they just go like in the back or go in the passenger seat. And then after 3 or 4 of this, then the car is really full. And then and then you have like a lot of people, and sometimes they're like saying, no, go that way. No, go that way. No, follow the GPS. The GPS says to go straight. And then there's a lot of people, you know, trying to give directions and all of that. So this actually happened to one of my friends, and we went to a class with Dr. Dane. And then, you know, when she started the class, she was completely different. And then when at the end of the class, where at the end of the class, she had like a lot of mental clarity and she was so much brighter and happier. And she's changed so dramatically since that class. And what Dane did was he cleared all of the other entities and made sure that the last one in, or the one who wanted to stay, was staying. Okay, so this one has, like, it's kind of a little confusing to explain, but you still have the memories of your body and you're still you. You're just clearing all the other entities. Okay, and it's usually the last one in is the one who gets to keep the body. There's times when you can say, okay, would the entity who would like to stay step forward, and then you clear everyone else. So all of you who are walk-ins and haven't acknowledged it, everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive it, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, bliss, and beyond. Okay, so does anyone have any questions for this? This is kind of like weird stuff. No? Okay. So original occupants, and this is what we talked about earlier. You can have multiple beings in the body based on either traumatic events or other things. When you find yourself reacting like you're 8 years old or doing something that's age inappropriate, then you've got an original occupant. Okay, so to clear them, you just ask, okay, truth, are you occupant number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? And then whatever number you come up with, okay, all the other occupants, so let's say there's 8, like in this example, all the occupants 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all of you, what's the value of holding on to this body? Who are you before you took this body? Who are you before that, before that, before that, before that, before that? And who will you be in the future? Please take your magnetic imprinting. You're free to go. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all 9 shoots, boys, and beyond. So all the magnetic and electrical imprinting that those beings had on your body, will you now destroy and uncreate all of that? Okay, right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all 9 shirts, boys, and beyond. And then just look to see if you have more space, less space, more voices, or more quiet. Okay. And if you've ever heard, this one's funny. If you have ever heard that you should do this or you should do that, if you heard that in your head, it's because you have entities and they're saying you should do this instead of I should do this. Okay, so they're either walk-ins or something else, but it's not important. So as you become more conscious, they start to leave of their own volition. The purpose is to get as conscious as possible, and then they will just leave because it's annoying them to not have control over the body. A lot of them don't leave until they are conscious enough that they can actually have a body and create something different from what they have created in the past. They are freeloaders for access classes. You can tell them that if they stick around, they have to bring you enough money to take all the access classes they need so they can go and get the body that they want. So that's kind of funny thing. And we did the Beckhamax during bars. We can clear it again. Ye who are Beckhamax, truth, who are you? Who were you before that? Who are 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 you before that? And truth, who will you be in the future? And will you now take all your magnetic imprinting, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POC, all 9 shirts, boys, and beyond? Okay, and what do you know now how to be or do with your body and for your body that you've never had to be or do because the Beckhamax did it for you? And everything that is Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. And what can you and your body be that you've never been before because you let your Beckham X run your reality and everything that is? Time for Godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. And what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you be that would allow you and your body to create together with total ease and everything that is? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine shirts, boys and beyond. There was something else. Okay. All right. There was something else. I'm not sure what page it's on. So entities like books, businesses, classes, things like that are entities, and you can actually engage with them and talk with them. And how you do that is you just kind of connect. You connect by thinking about it, getting the energy of it, whatever it is. And then, from there you can, ask a question, make a request, see if there's an energy that's required in order to change whatever it is that you want to change or whatever information it is that you want to get. So Jason, like if you can unmute, if it's easy for you right now. So what exactly did you want to go over with entities?
Hold on, I'm driving at the moment. Sorry, there's a bit of noise. Hopefully it's not too loud, is it?
Well, okay, how about this? We can do the ESC for now, and then hopefully when it's done, you're not driving.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
All right.
cool. So is that okay with everyone? Jason, just don't fall asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take it off.
Okay, so we have this one. It's Global ESC in Budapest from last year. Okay, so.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so everybody get ready. Okay. And
Whew. Welcome to the ESC, the global ESC, and I do mean global. We have people all around the world. Nice to be with you all. Nice to be with you all and connected and realize that we all have a similar target, whether we've been acknowledging it or not. So, translators, here's your clap. Please take a deep breath in from the top of your head down to the tips of those cute, sweet, adorable little toes of yours. Thanking your body for being the gift that it is. Thanking you for being the gift that you are. If you're in one of these amazing classes, either here in Budapest or in Lyon or Lisbon, you have some kind people who are contributing to you. Maestros. Take one more deep breath in from the top of your head down to the tips of those cute, sweet, adorable little toes of yours. And let an undefined reality in. You're a beautiful creature, my friend. It's been a long time since you've known it. And what I'd like to acknowledge and ask you to acknowledge is the communion that is available. The ESC is energetic synthesis of communion. Beautiful you, you are not wrong. You're simply an unacknowledged gift in this world. This reality tries to be as unkind as it can to get you to not be you. But you don't have to buy it anymore. You don't have to believe that that's you. Like I said, if you're in one of the classes around the world, people will be going around and putting their hands on you, and it's a way of acknowledging, a way of gifting and receiving simultaneously. I'd ask you to allow your space to expand out and out and out, so you have a sense of this beautiful earth. Maybe it's a kilometer, maybe it's 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or 50,000. Allow your space to expand out 10 kilometers, including down into the earth. And notice there is this space of this beautiful planet we occupy. Notice that the planet has space and no point of view. It's simply there contributing to you, gifting to you, acknowledging you, being like, hi, hello, beautiful creature, nice to see you. Thanks for being in the world. We've been taught to think, my beautiful friends. We've been taught to think. It's not something we do naturally. In fact, it's very unnatural. Allow your space to expand out 100 kilometers in all directions, including down into the earth. Now 1,000 kilometers in all directions, including down into the earth. Now allow your space to expand out, including the earth and including all of us connected with this ESC. What can we create together today? What can we invite? What can we inspire? What can we enjoy? What can we choose together? We keep acting like we're alone. We keep believing we're alone. We keep imposing on us this separation that is not true for us. Our molecules vibrate and sing, and they vibrate and sing like the molecules of the planet itself. What if this could be a gift to us? What if it could be of value to us? What if we could be grateful for that vibration that our molecules are? Do you allow yourself to be aware of the vibration of the molecules of your body and how similar that is to this beautiful planet upon which we live? If the reality that you have made so real were to start to melt, what else would be possible? If the realities we've all made real would start to melt into realities of possibility, what else would be available? Beautiful you. You know something else different is possible and available. You always have. For trillion years, this reality's been going, trying to tell you that you don't, trying to stop it, trying to kill the consciousness that is you. And guess what? Now is the fucking time. Now is the time. Now is the time. It has been so long. Been so long that you've been searching for the ease of you. And then you heard of this thing that talks about all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. Beautiful you. I see you. All around the world, I see you. And it's not just me. I'm just the mouthpiece. The consciousness in our world sees you, it perceives you, it knows you, it receives you, it bees you. And yet you think to yourself, but I want to get over my problem. Help me with my problem. I have so many problems. Do you actually have so many problems, or have you invented them as your ghillie suit to hide in this reality? What are you camouflaging with the problems you are inventing? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And if you no longer had to camouflage you to you, what else would be possible? If you no longer had to believe that all of these problems are necessary and real and have to be held on to or have to be solved, what else would be possible? If you could allow and acknowledge the space, the spaciousness of your very being, the joy that you exude through every molecule, what else would be possible? We lie to ourselves all the time. If you stopped, what else would be possible? How many lies did you tell you in just the last 7 days about you? Can we change it now on 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoa! Beautiful you. You know something different is available, otherwise you wouldn't be here right now. And by be here, I mean be on this planet, be choosing access consciousness and using the tools. Be choosing to be something different. So what you don't realize is how different you are. You keep thinking you're just some slightly modified version of normal. No, you're not. What if you looked at yourself and realized, I am not from this fucking planet. I don't understand how they do it here. But I'm not from a more limited planet. And it's not the planet, by the way, it's this reality. But if you recognize I'm not from this planet, I don't understand this reality. I've never understood this reality. I will never understand this reality. And I'll probably never fit in. And if instead of having as your point of view, I wonder how I'm going to deal with this reality, what if your point of view were, I wonder how this fucking reality is going to deal with me? Welcome to your world, my beautiful friends. And if I am the first to acknowledge it, I am very grateful to do so. I see you. Usually I see you naked, but I shouldn't say that in my mind. Beautiful you. What is it you know that is beyond this reality? What is it you are that is beyond this reality? What is it you perceive, know, be, and receive that is beyond this reality? And if you really got it, how fucking bizarre would you feel? Probably as bizarre as I feel on a daily fucking basis. Please do not have too much fun, that would be bad. Do not have more fun than you're supposed to. That too would be bad. And if you open up to an energy that's never been here before, please make sure to suffer as much as possible before you choose it. That way you can have it. Because if you suffered to get it, it's good. Welcome to this fucking reality that is not yours. You are not from this planet, my beautiful friends. But this planet has the same consciousness you do, which often confuses us. If we were on a stupid, ugly, dumb planet, and we had a stupid, ugly, dumb reality, it would seem to make more sense somehow, but we are in a beautiful, phenomenal planet that is much more like you, that exudes beauty in every moment. But the reality that is here present, also dictated and created by technology and algorithms, is not. Let's kill it. 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11, 5, 9, 11. And 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. See, you keep pretending you don't have the power to change what goes on. You keep pretending you have to be the effect. No, that is a pretense. That is a lie that you perpetrate. And if you no longer perpetrated that lie, what would happen? You would have to know. You'd have to know that you're aware and know that you are potent beyond measure and know that your request actually creates. So right now, what would happen if you requested us to have a completely different world and a completely different reality, which allowed the energetic movement that we know is possible, that we know we can create from, that we know we can enjoy. Yes, I said enjoy. Even though there are a lot of lesbians in Portugal. Oops. That was my mistake. It's Lisbon, Portugal. Oh, so sorry. There are lions in France and lesbians in Portugal. What an adventure. Beautiful you. We keep making things significant. We keep trying to figure it out rather than going, dude, I'm going on the energetic journey, whatever the fuck it is. Whatever it takes, whatever it looks like. I'm going to find out what's actually available to me and I'm going to actually enjoy it. And I'm not going to suffer anymore and I'm sure as fuck not going to die until I have everything I'm capable of. And then maybe, but probably not because I'll be having too much fun. And the one thing you eliminate from your life is the joy. Oh, and the ease. And the fucking glory. Oh, shit. That's 3. Sorry. I don't know how to count anymore. What would it be like if all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory were a reality for you? See, and in facilitating, we have to talk to you and try to manipulate you into recognizing what you already know and what you already are. We'll talk about us. We'll talk about other people. Well, all we're trying to do is get you to the place where you will stop punching yourself in the face and start using those beautiful fists of possibility to create what you know is possible and stop limiting it and stop denying it and start enjoying that you are who you are and be what you be and have the potency you have and the capacity and the awareness you have that nobody else does. And we have no desire for you to follow us or anyone. We would like you to follow you because you know. And when you do, And when you know what you know and follow what you know, the world becomes greater. If you ponder just for a moment, if all of us listening to this ESC followed what we knew, all of us, if all of us made the choice right now, I'm going to follow what I know, I'm going to be who I be. I'm going to know what I know and not let anybody take it away. I'm not going to fight against anyone or anything. I'm going to choose to know what I know and go where I know I need to go. And I'm not going to make it about anybody else or resisting and reacting or aligning and agreeing. What else would be possible if we all chose that? And even if you're sitting here listening to this going, but I don't know how. Neither do I. There is no how, my beautiful friends. There's simply the choice. There is no how, there's simply the awareness. There is no how. It's simply the demand in your world. I know something different is possible and available. Dear universe, please contribute. No matter what your life story is, you go, oh, my family didn't like me. Neither did mine. Oh, but the people I grew up around, just they hated me, so I've done all this. So did I. We have all kinds of reasons and excuses, and guess what? All of them are fucking bullshit. All of them. What would you like to choose? And now get the sense of the energy, the space, what it would be like to actually have what you say you desire and what you actually would desire is your life and living. Get the space of it, the energy of it. Get the way it would be to wake up with that. And guess what? It changes all the time, by the way, as you get more awareness and open up to new possibilities. Don't try to hold it in place, but get the sense of it. Get the sense of the way it would be to have a sense of ease waking up. Even if you don't know what ease is right now, get the sense of whatever you can sense right now. You don't have to get what I know is possible or get what I would say is a great reality for me, because you and I are different. Mine is not right. Yours is not wrong. Yours is not right, mine is not wrong. Get the sense of the way it would be to have what you say you desire or actually truly desire beyond that even. Maybe we would explode and it'd be awesome. And now just acknowledge, I'm asking, hey universe, look, I've had lots of fucking lifetimes. I've been doing this for 14 years. I've had billions of lifetimes. I'm asking for something totally fucking different. You know, my beautiful friends, you know. You know, you know, you know. And we know trying to define it doesn't work very well. Done that a lot. Trying to control it doesn't work very well. What really works is being out of control, out of definition, out of limitation, out of form, structure, significance, out of linearities, and out of concentricities. And whether you know it or not, you are a gift, my beautiful friends. I know you keep thinking you're not because nobody ever tells you. But when I see you, I'm like, oh my God, you're so amazing. You're such a beautiful fucking gift. I'm so grateful you're in the world. You're such a fucking weirdo. I adore you. Remember, the original meaning of weird is of spirit, fate, or destiny. You're such a fucking weirdo and you try not to be. You try to hide in your hot, uncomfortable ghillie suit to disappear, going, why am I sweating everywhere? Why do I have sweat running in my crotch right now? Why are my underwear so wet? Because you're wearing a fucking ghillie suit, asshole. And you know it. Stop pretending that you're not. You're gonna wear it, cool. Enjoy it. Oh my God, I have the best pool of sweat in my crotch right now from my ghillie suit. Oh my God. I can barely touch my privates because after I sit and sweat in my ghillie suit for like a day or two, it's like they don't feel very good, so I don't touch them anymore. But I'm choosing it, so that's awesome because it's my choice. It's good. It's awesome. What are you camouflaging with the lies about you tell yourself, my beautiful friends? What are you camouflaging by not allowing yourself to actually have the ease? See, if I could touch you right now, if I could give you a hug, I could show you what I see about you. What would you perceive that you have not been willing to? What do you know that you've been trying to pretend doesn't exist because stupid people in your past didn't see it? Your life is no longer about the stupid people in your past if you choose. Your life is no longer about the stupid people of your past if you choose. You can make it about them as long as you want to, and you can run in circles and be very confused and very upset and very dramatic and very dramatic for a very long time if you want to, and that's okay too. But if you choose, your life no longer has to be about them. See, what they did is they tried to imprint you with their point of view and their life and their living and their reality and their lack of living and their lack of reality and their lack of life. Their dynamic sense of impending doom and the wrongness of you for being happy. I had the same thing. They tried to beat it out of me, quite literally. They literally tried to beat it out of me, but guess what? It didn't work. What if you acknowledge that it didn't work for you too? People try all kinds of shit. Who cares? They're stupid. You're not. Give it up. Do not have too much fun. That would be bad. Do not be too turned on and too happy by every energy that exists. Do not get turned on by rainbows, unicorns, sunsets, sunrises, sun in general, rain, clouds, sun, happiness. Don't do that. That would be bad because you learned at a very young age that that was bad, and that is definitely bad, and that is bad, so don't do it. I wonder how many other things you learned are bad that you shouldn't do. Oh my goodness. All of them. Everything that's fun for you is bad and wrong. That's how we know it's bad and wrong, because it's fun for you. Don't do it, 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 don't do it. Definitely don't do it. And if you do it, judge yourself. Don't have fun doing it. Do not do what you're not supposed to do. Only do what you're supposed to do, and don't have fun doing what you're not supposed to do, because that is bad and wrong. Bad and wrong. Or maybe it changes the fucking world. Just saying. Maybe. And some of you have learned to control rather dynamically. Some of you are really young and you already know how to control just like your mommy and daddy. Oh, that's awesome. What a great learning experience it's been to have controlling people. But they're only controlling because they want you to be a better person. Oh, they're only controlling because they're controlling, actually. They're only controlling because they were out of control and they were made wrong for it, so now they control. Shit. And they don't want to control you. They actually would like to see you do something different, but they don't know how to get you there because nobody ever gave them the tools, and you have to realize that there's a totally different possibility, but none of us have ever actually been given the tools. And for some of you, you're like, I will control in the exact way my mommy and daddy want me to. I will be better than they are at control. What have you been controlling that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive the movement of energy and the gift of possibility you and your body truly be? Beautiful you. Beautiful you. And some of you start to wonder, what is the point of the ESC? To make lots of noise. There is no point, my beautiful friends, only possibility. What? What? There's no point, only possibilities. Oh, beautiful creature that you be. What is it you know? You always hope somebody else would get too. That we actually get. That you still don't want to know that somebody else gets because you want to believe that nobody else gets it so you don't have to be it. Because if you actually had to be it, then you'd actually have to perceive, don't be, and receive how brilliant and beautiful and different you be and realize you're not the only one, so it's actually okay to have it. And what if you were willing to have it no matter whether anybody else had it or not and recognize you're a beautiful creature, a different creature, a darling, different, beautiful, phenomenal, amazing gift. But whatever you do, don't enjoy it, because if you have too much joy, that's bad. Better idea would be perfect rather than joyful. Perfect is so much more fun. Oh my God, I'm so perfect. See, for me, I know I'm so not perfect. I fuck shit up all the time. Sometimes I fuck it up just for fun. Sometimes I fuck it up just because I can fuck it up. And I'm like, oh my God, I fucked that up. That was awesome. How much of your life have you been trying to be perfect? As an antidote to the idea that you were so wrong and so bad and so not perfect. When you grew up with all those wonderful people who tried perfection themselves and actually sucked at it and you could have done it, but you were never perfect enough for a judgmental group of people, family, friends, teenagers, church, work. You can never be perfect enough for a judgmental group of people. So for me, I took a different route. I was like, oh, instead of trying to be perfect enough, I'm going to have as much fun as I can being fucked up. It's been awesome. I used to try to be perfect, and I really tried. I really did a good job. I mean, I tried. I really tried. Like some of you. See, and I knew I could achieve it if I could just do enough. If I could just be enough, if I could just get the judgments right. I could be perfect enough. But I never got to the state of perfect because you can't. It's based on judgment, not your being. Your being is like, oh my God, I have a lot of stuff that I'm fucked up and I'm awesome. I just like to be alive. That's your being's point of view. Yep, done a lot of cool stuff, done a lot of shitty stuff. Hi, that's your being's point of view. Perfect is this reality's point of view. Some of you maestros are sleeping right now because you can't handle it anymore. I know, I get it. It's too intense. There's too much. You're not powerful enough. I know, I get it. It's okay. Take a nap. It's all right. I realize how intense the energy is. You need to be contributed to. You contributing any more is probably more than you can contribute. I know, I would stop too. That's right, just lie down. Sorry for those of you who don't know what just occurred. One planet in the solar system no longer spinning has a bit of an effect, even if that planet thinks it's Pluto. Oh, sometimes there's more going on than you ever imagined. Of course, during an ESC, that's the case. Energies you never knew were available and possible. We're back. Oh my goodness. We never know how change is going to occur. Sometimes during ESC, you're like, oh my God, because it's an undefined energy. And a lot of you have things you've hired and put in to handle the energies you don't know how to understand. You're an energetic being. There's nothing about energy you don't understand. But after a few billion lifetimes of fucking yourself up and pretending it didn't exist, you'd probably have some doubts about that. So everything you did to doubt it, can we destroy it, create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, bum, buckle, nine, choice, boys, and beyond. Beautiful you. What amazingness is possible. And I love this part of the ESC because a lot of the maestros are like, I can't do anymore. I'm done. I just need to take a nap, man. I just need like some Coke or something. And the people receiving the ESC a lot of times like, and that's exactly what happens. Everything in the universe has this energy of up and down, top and bottom. Like there's like almost like pretty much everything in this reality goes in cycles. It's okay. It's okay. See, your reality doesn't actually have to, but we can't even begin to address that now. Your reality doesn't actually have to. But this reality is based on cycles of insanity, and it's okay. Beautiful you, what do you know? Beautiful you, what do you perceive? What do you receive? What do you know? Beautiful creature that you be. What else is possible? Could we please let in a different possibility together? Together. We've been separate long enough, my beautiful friends. We've been separate for so long. We're thinking that we were, while not actually having to be. What else is possible, my beautiful friends? What do you know? Oh, I know it's like, a lot of us don't think anyone contributes, that the universe doesn't, that be left out of everything. I know, I get it. I have the same point of view. Fucking sucks, man. It doesn't have to be true, but our point of view creates that. And if you had people who tried to impose that on you, and you bought it, then you create it, and then it shows up, and then you say, see, I knew I was right, but what if it didn't have to be that way anymore? Beautiful you. You're a fucking gift. And I really do mean that. We always look for what we're not receiving. But what can we gift ourselves that would undo all of it? What can we be for us? Not in separation, not like I'm an island, I can do it all on my own, but from the awareness of, I will see me as a gift now. No matter if anybody else ever has, fuck everyone and everything. It doesn't fucking matter anymore. I will now see myself and be for myself a gift. I will now see myself as a gift. I will now be for myself a gift. And the acknowledgement of the gift I truly be. Enough of this fucking bullshit of us being unkind to us. We have done it for fucking ever. All of us. I would love to tell you I haven't. That would be a lie, and I totally fucking get it. We have a different choice available, but we have to choose it. We can't get any mileage anymore and choose to go, oh, well, I'm gonna, choose to see me and be me, but I'm gonna get mileage out of all the trauma and drama I get from everybody ignoring me. You know what? You can't have it both ways. Yes, we have spent a lot of our life not being acknowledged, not being seen. Who the fuck can acknowledge and see you? You're a fucking magical creature. Who the fuck in this reality sees that? You don't fucking exist here. You're not from here. You're like a volcano had sex with a dragon and a unicorn in a back alley, like I said before. That's what you are. Who the fuck can see that shit? And everybody who is willing to perpetrate this reality is afraid of you. And most of the people that you know should support you and should be there for you and contribute to you and get you, they don't, because they're trying to hide and fit in their friggin' ghillie suit of this reality. So you try to look, you try to find people who see you, try to find people who get you. But the people who could don't have the courage to, and you do, but you want to acknowledge that because you want to pretend that you're actually living in your ghillie suit like it's real for you, even though it's just a fucking pretense. So the people that could get you won't, because they don't want to be seen. The people that don't get you, you look at as though they have value, as though somehow if you could just be like them and get this reality right, everything will work out just fine. But it doesn't fucking work and you fucking know it. And the one thing you're not willing to do is be as different as you fucking are. Whatever that is for you. And it's different for all of us, but it's somewhat similar. You know something different than other people do. And if you're getting annoyed with me right now, guess what? I'm fucking talking directly to fucking you. Yes. You fucking resistant asshole. But I love you anyway. It's okay. You can resist as long as you want. It's all right. It's okay. I understand very well. I resisted for 20 years. You resist as long as you want. It's all right. It's okay. Guys, we have something different available. And the weird part is, the one thing we don't recognize and have not acknowledged is it's so much easier than all the shit we've been choosing. It's like it's right there. It's like push the green button instead of the red one. It's right fucking there, but we just keep thinking it must be so difficult because we've never seen it before. Guess what? The green button has not ever shown up before the last few months. The green button is finally there. You have to fucking push it, though. You can't go, oh my God, it just showed up and everything else has been for 4 trillion years, so I'm not going to push it. Push the fucking button. The green button is finally there. The one you've been asking for, the one you've been hoping for, the one you've been desiring, the one you've been praying for. The one you've been secretly praying for because you're like, I don't pray anymore, I do access. Fucking the thing you've been asking for is finally there and you won't push it because you've been jaded by the idea that it doesn't exist, man. I tried so many things, so many lifetimes, so many years. Shit, it can't exist. What the fuck? No, man, it's gone. Please understand I grew up in the ghetto, so if I sound like a brother in the hood, that's why. Oh man, it's gone, brother. It's gone. It ain't here no more. For those of you who are your first ESC, thank you for bearing with me. Just when you think you have it in a nice little box. My friends, our reality does not exist in a box, man. We go, oh, will it fit in the box? Okay, I'll keep it then. Doesn't fit in the box, I'm not going to have it. Reality does not fit in a box, my beautiful friends. No matter how hard you try, no matter how controlling you are. On a side note, why did all the Hungarians lay with their feet toward the end of the table? Some fucked up shit. Could they make it any more challenging for me to get to their vital bits? The parts that actually work to touch? No, they're like, touch my feet, don't give me too much change. My feet are accessible to you, strange man. The rest of me is an impenetrable fortress. From my knees up, I will not receive. I am Hungarian, fuck you. We used to have an empire a few hundred years ago. Oh, you're like the United States right now. That's awesome. That's so cool. My question is, what are you going to do when China owns the fucking world? I mean, the U.S. used to have a sense of possibility, and then we got, which is weird to say, the dumbest president we've ever had. The most destructive techie we've ever had. Awesome. And now, within 2 years, the United States is gone as a world power. Guess what? Austria-Hungary used to have that. France used to have that. Portugal and Spain used to have that. What are you going to do when China owns the world? Going to keep making the same choices or something different? So I'm sure China's interested in consciousness. Can we just acknowledge there is no country as a country that is interested in consciousness? Can we just acknowledge how insane that is? But can we acknowledge that you, as a being, change the fucking world? You're not bound by country. You're not bound by border. You're not bound by sex. You're not bound by religion. You're not bound by anything that is supposed to bind you if you're willing to be that fucking different. And if you're not, that's okay too. Wouldn't it be weird if some part of this world like truly had your back? Like if you could not be wrong. Like if whatever that was, you were like, hey, I did this and 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 this. And I cheated here and I stole here and I lied here and I hate myself here and I think this isn't good enough about me, and whatever that was had no judgment of you. God. But what if it could potentially be available now? Like, you know, we have judgments of our bodies, no matter how they look, by the way. You think your judgments of your bodies are justified based on how it looks. No, they're not. No, it's just based on you choosing to judge your body. We have judgments of what we have chosen. We have judgments of fucking everything about us. We have judgments of our judgments. That's the beautiful thing when you do Access is you start judging your judgments, which of course helps. It's a dynamic contribution to possibilities. Oh, beautiful you, beautiful us. Fuck, perceive the hundreds of people around the world right now that are here, part of this, doing the same fucking thing. What if we could just fucking stop? Enough. What if on 16 we went, whatever creates this reality, we're done. And do it if you want, don't if you don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16! Oh, beautiful you. I know it's been torture to think about receiving this long, especially from energy. Like if somebody were touching you or, you know, going down on you or something, you'd be like, oh, I'm totally receiving while not being present. What I'm talking about is the energy, the space around you, the molecules around you contributing. And I have a long way to go in this too, all right? Or maybe a short way. It's like I know it's possible. I know it is not even possible. Talking about the molecules around you contributing to you. Those molecules are connected to every other molecule. There's this space between the molecules. So if you could tap into the space between the molecules of your entire body, You're like, whoa, there's a space between the molecules. Yeah, that's the consciousness in you. Because you keep going consciousness as though it's not us. No, consciousness and you together is like this fucking amazing superhero power of consciousness. Space between the molecules of your body, just perceive it a little bit more and just ask it to be just a little more intense and turn it up just a little bit more. And now, notice the space between the molecules of your body, if you allow it to, can actually perceive and begin to interact with the space between the molecules of your clothing. Oh, exactly. And if you allow it to, can actually begin to interact with the space between the molecules of whatever you're lying upon. Bed, chairs, floor, blanket. And that space between the molecules of your body. That interacts with the space between the molecules of your clothing, that interacts with the space between the molecules of your blanket, that interacts with the space between the molecules of whatever you're lying upon. My God, it's almost like oneness or something. And now notice how that interacts with the space between the molecules of the air around you. Because the air has molecules too, even though you can't see them. They're tiny. But the space between those molecules is actually where the consciousness is, which determines the molecules and where they are and how they go and how they don't go and everything else. So if you have that interaction with the space between the molecules of your body and your clothing and the blanket and the surface you're lying upon and the space in the room, and then what about the floor? And then what about the ceiling, the space between the molecules there? And then what about the space of the building and every element in the building and in the room you're in? And if you recognize that the space between the molecules of you and your body and your clothing and the blanket and the table or the chair or whatever is interacting with the space between the molecules of the building you're in, which interacts with the space between, or the room you're in, which interacts with the space between the molecules of the curtains and the floor and the ceiling, and interacts with the space between the molecules of the building itself, which interacts with the space between the molecules of everything within the building, which interacts with the space between the molecules of everything outside the building, including the earth underneath the building, including the air around the building, including the trees, including, as you go out, every building, every essence of the planet, every molecule, every space between the molecules interacts with every other. But you probably don't want to know that, because that would be terrible. It would start to recognize that the space between the molecules of your body, that is the consciousness of your body, interacts with everything from large to small, because the space between the molecules of your body and the consciousness it is the same as the space between the molecules of everything outside of it, as far as you desire to go. And my question is, how far do you desire to go? How spacious, how expansive, how aware? How much are you aware of that you've always known, that no one could explain or tell you, but you've always been aware, and is now the time? But as you experience that, or as you choose that, it doesn't mean you disappear. What it means is you become bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you just use this ESC as one way of perceiving it, if you acknowledge the space between the molecules of your body and the space between the molecules of your clothing and how they interact, because it's space, not molecules, fighting each other, having to have their own space. And if you recognize that, and if you recognize that that interacts with the space between the molecules of the table and the chairs and the ceiling and the floor and the building, and you realize that it interacts with the space between the molecules of the earth itself, which is one of the things the earth has been trying to give to us the awareness of without the significance that we try to place on it. It doesn't mean anything. All it means is we're fucking aware of each other. We're aware of each other. There's a world that involves all of us, but it doesn't involve us through our mind. It doesn't involve us through thinking. And if you expand that out a bit and allow that to expand out to the people in Lisbon, the people in Lyon, the people around the world that are listening online, what becomes available and possible in our interaction and contribution with each other. Now, it may take a couple to 3 years before you actually notice and acknowledge this, but most of the things that we talk about in Access, they get floated through your awareness, and it takes a few years or a few months. That's okay. You're not wrong. We live in a world devoted to the exclusion of consciousness, even though it's what you as a being are. And if you suffer in trauma and drama about that, that's not exactly an interesting point of view on what else is possible. Now you can have that in your world, you can let it come up in your body, you can acknowledge it, you can be very intense about it, you can scream about it, that's totally okay. It's just when you make it significant that you start limiting you, and any one of us limiting us limits all of us. We are together, my beautiful friends. Whether you like it or hate it doesn't really matter, because it is what is. But in the strangeness of what oneness is that is different than this reality, our togetherness where one chooses something greater, expands it and makes it available and inspires us all to the possibility. When you choose something no one else has ever chosen before, you open up the space for that to exist in the world. And where others may not have been able to choose it before, it now becomes available. And it's like you leave an energetic roadmap, leave energetic breadcrumbs for them to follow to get there. It's far easier for them, and you had the courage to get there, which is part of the gift of you. We're together, my beautiful friend. We're together, and those of you making the choice to be in the ESCs around the world, and in Lisbon, and in Lyon, I thank you. This, I'm hoping, is just the beginning of our awareness of togetherness, oneness, connection, communion, because it's totally different than you thought it was. It's totally different than any of us thought it was. It's something that is different. And as having a different reality is different, it's like that. It's something that is so different, there are no words. It's something that you know, something you always hoped could exist, but the way it actualizes is different than anybody can tell you. So my question is, what do you know about this possibility? What do you know about oneness? What do you know about actually receiving and enjoying being alive, no longer separate from the world? What do you know that would make it so that if you were no longer separate from the world, it would not just be like different, but it would actually be joyful. It would actually be spacious, where you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I love being alive. What the fuck? How did this happen? I don't know. Because guess what? You have no idea how it's going to happen. Even though most of us think we have an idea how it's going to happen, we don't know how it's going to happen. Neither do I. I wish I did. I do my best during an ESC to contribute the energy that shows up in the moment that will actually contribute to a greater future and a greater possibility. I have no fucking clue how it's going to happen. I just know that it's there. And I know that I perceive it, and I know that you do too, and I know that I may perceive it differently than you and you differently than me, but that doesn't mean yours is wrong and mine is right, or mine is wrong and yours is right. This is a gift of oneness, my beautiful friends. It's totally beyond this reality where there is no separation, there is no distinction, there is no right, there is no wrong. But each of us contributing our awareness of how it can be from the space of possibilities and not conclusion changes everything for all of us. And that, my beautiful friends, is a gift that you are. Right fucking now, no matter what you think. In fact, I would invite you to stop thinking. But that right there is a gift that you are. You have a different perspective. Not only that, but you're here. Not only that, but you're like, yeah, I'm going to do this ESC because it's energetic synthesis of communion. I have no idea what the fuck that means. But communion sounds awesome because I know there's more. And so do I. It's a gift that you are, my beautiful friends, not from thinking that you choose, but from awareness that has no thought to it. Whether you know it or not, whether you were born in, I don't know, like Russia or something, you're still aware. And what if you no longer had to use your country and family of origin as the ghillie suit you used to hide behind? Because you know there's something different possible. You know. So do I. And what if instead of using these things that we do to pretend that there is not possibility available, what if instead we use them to acknowledge that we know and that there is something available and possible that nobody else gets, and that it is totally not only okay, but part of the gift we are here to be. Beautiful you. What do you know? It's a different world, my beautiful friends. And I thank you for your patience during this ESC. There have been a lot of things to cover. I didn't know it at the time. I just followed the energy, but there have been a lot of things to speak about. I realize that in the space of change that has occurred and been occurring just in the last few weeks and months, so different. So different. And what is occurring? It's like there's so many things. You can't really put them into words. You can try. Done my best, but there are so many things. And my question is, what do you know? What do we know? What do you perceive, know, being received that nobody else on the planet does? What can we choose together? And if for just a moment you got a sense of what you would like to have, as our future. I mean, for you, if you look at it for just a moment, like, what would it be like to wake up and have a sense of ease with everything, even if you don't know how it's going to happen? To actually have a sense of joy with everything. Even if you don't know how it's going to happen. To have a sense of gratitude. Even though you think you don't deserve it. To have a sense of space. Like if that thing with your body and your thing with, you know, how you feel about you and the thing with the relationship. The thing, like if even money could be ease. If you didn't have to suffer anymore for some reason that you don't even understand, that you took on a long time ago because you were stupid, what else would be possible? Dum dum. You're so cute. No. What else would be possible? I know, you thought it was so significant and real and true. But basically, you were just stupid. I know, you want to think there's a reason, but basically you were just stupid. So how dumb can you allow yourself to be and not have a judgment? Not have a point of view? No, it's been a long ESC, but there's a big fucking world to handle right now. I thank you for those of you listening around the world. You're like, what the fuck is going on? There is so much. And there's so much that you know. But if you could consider the possibility of waking up tomorrow, having a different possibility, just get the sense of that. Get the sense of the way it would be to have spaciousness and movement and joy and ease and possibilities. And then just ask for it. Hey, universe, what are the infinite possibilities here? What can I choose? What can I receive? What can I be that I've never acknowledged? What would it take to have this? I'm willing to do anything, be anything, change anything, lose anything, and lose anyone to have this. And then the superheroes of consciousness, Bhagavan. See, and then maybe the easier thing for you to ponder is what you would like as our world. If we could have a world where the fabric of reality shifted and changed, and how much of the fabric of reality can we shift and change right now? If we could have a world where the fabric of reality shifted and changed, where the fabric of reality was that of possibilities, and what would you like to choose, and what was possible to choose, and what was joyful for you, what made you happy, what else would be possible? What would it take to have that? On 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. Thank you, my beautiful friends. I apologize if this was very tough for some of you. But truly, with this chance of having these classes around the world, and people listening around the world wanted to do as much as I could. So I apologize if you got bored with the energy. I don't mean to bore you ever. It's just a lot of stuff to talk about when you have a fucking world full of cultures of people and trying to change something in a very short amount of time, because the only thing that fucking matters to me is the change that we can create together. So what change can we create together that we've never acknowledged? We've been pretending doesn't exist because we've been living in the fucking forest in our fucking ghillie suits and camouflaging ourselves and pretending that we don't have the capacity to get together and change the fucking world. And my question is, do you know that we do? And if you don't, fucking kill yourself. On 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16! It's time for something fucking different. Enough suffering this world, enough suffering this reality, enough judging, enough, oh my God, I don't get enough, fucking every molecule will give it to you. Stop acting like you need it from the person you've decided is the significance. Every fucking molecule will gift to you if you have the courage to ask for it and receive it. How many molecules could gift to you in your body right now you haven't acknowledged? Everything that doesn't allow it, right, wrong, good and bad, bottom, park, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And lastly, what contribution are you to everyone and everything else that you haven't acknowledged? What gift are you that nobody else has seen in you, but that you actually are? And what would it be like if you perceived it, knew it, allowed yourself to be it and receive it? Right, wrong, good and bad, bottom, park, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Please take a deep breath in from the top of your head down to the tips of the cute, sweet little toes of yours. Thanking your body for being the gift that it is. Thanking you for being the gift that you are. And one more, please. Oh, beautiful you. What else is actually possible? What else would be easy and joyful to receive? How much more fun could you have? How much more fun could we have? You can open your eyes whenever you're ready. Welcome to the best nightclub ever. Budapest. It's where the best nightclubs are, by the way. Not really. I don't know. Okay, online around the world, I hope you guys are wonderful. Hey. Hello. Aww. In the room, beautiful people. How's everybody around the world? Is everybody still alive? I think they may have died, I'm not sure. It was a long ESC. All the poor people in Lisbon and Lyon that didn't do the ESC are like, this is the longest lunch ever. Sorry, guys. How you doing? Yes. Can hear you now.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Hey, can we, here in Budapest, can we have a handout to Lisbon and Lyon and everybody around that? Woohoo! Oh, thank you. We adore you guys. And Brendan just texted, said, you can't hear us. Oh, we can hear you now.
The French are louder than the Portuguese.
We were trying to cheer, but you couldn't hear.
Well, we, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Everybody, you guys are wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And everybody around the world who feels like you're all alone right now, we are with you too. See you soon, y'all. Bye-bye. Bye. Thanks, guys. Okay, beautiful people. You're like, I need to go eat lunch. Good choice. Just really quick, it's like if you had a sense of there actually being this connection and communion, I know you're waiting for the photo, aren't you? Huh? You're waiting like a good Asian for the photo? Because the only thing that matters is the photo? No, no. No, it's totally okay. I'm happy to take the photo.
I'm sharing your picture with the people.
I know I like it. Let's do it. I want to do it. I was just torturing you. Why do you... Just because I, torture you in public, why do you stop what you're doing? Humanoid people, stop stopping yourself because somebody makes fun of you. I'm not making fun of you. I am just having fun with you while making fun of you. No, keep. She's like, I'm sending the photo to friends. Okay. I realize we didn't officially end the ESC, but from my point of view, when I say open your eyes, the ESC's done. So, have fun. Enjoy lunch. Sorry it was so long. I hope you have a good time, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks.
Okay. How's that for everybody? Okay. So we can take our 15-minute break and start around 4:30 here, and then that would be what, 5:30 a.m. there. Okay, so I'll see you guys. I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay, so welcome, guys. So Jason had a question. Not sure if he's on here. Jason, are you on?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. So what was the question exactly
Well,
about empathy?
yeah. So what I'm wondering is, like, what questions could I use to, like, get results quicker for my clients, like to clean up their credit reports? I'm thinking, wait a minute, credit reports. Well, those are, if you think about it, those are also entities, So,
Okay.
like, what questions could I ask that would allow for these reports to change?
Okay, so what are you aware of with that?
Maybe doing a bunch of 5s or like 5 911s.
Okay.
Like when processing a file, like take a look at like the energy first before processing, something like that.
Okay. So does any of those like make you feel lighter, happier, like excited?
I don't know. That would be a no.
No. Okay.
Well, I mean, because
So-
what's also showing up is like this. Some of these tools are so weird. I'm doubtful whether or not they'll actually work.
Okay. So what's doubt?
Distractor implants.
Okay. So what is it distracting you from seeing?
What's it distracting me from seeing?
Yep.
Distracting me from seeing what's possible.
Is it?
Distracting me from my own awareness.
Okay. So everything that you're allowing the distractor implants to distract you from would you just join and create it?
Yes.
All right, get back to talk online truth, force, and beyond. Okay, so take a look at the tools again and which one makes you happy to use. happier to use anyway for whatever it is that you'd like to change.
Wow, for some reason, I'm so resistant to doing this. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
this is funny. It's as if these tools are going to work so well that
Mhm.
it's kind of like I better not use it.
Okay. Yeah.
What the heck
So
is
do you
this?
actually want to change it or not really?
Oh my goodness. I want to say yes, but I know it's not a yes. So that's a no. What the heck? That makes no sense.
Okay, so is it yours?
Wow, no. Oh my goodness, no. That was fast.
Okay. So we're in the middle of the who does it belong to? And
Right.
have you done the the 3-day challenge?
I've never done it.
You've never done it? Okay, so
Most
have
I've
you
done is
started
happening.
this? Have you
I've always
started
done
it
my
this time?
No, I haven't. I didn't know
Okay,
we started
so
it.
we still have a day. So if you'd like, you can still join in.
All right, might as well.
So how about this? Let's for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. For everything, I'm gonna set an alarm too. For everything that comes into your brain, into your mind, who does it belong to? Okay, I'm setting a timer for 5 minutes, not 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
So starting now. Okay, so everything that's going into your head, if you have a thought, okay, who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? Who does this belong to?
You want me to say who does this belong to?
Yeah, are you asking it? I would like everybody on the Zoom to actually participate. So everything that's coming into your head or any feelings, sensations you have in your body, or any new energies that you're perceiving, ask who does this belong to?
Hmm.
So if you have a headache, who does this belong to? A backache, who does this belong to? If you're thinking it's too noisy, who does that belong to? Okay, who does it belong to? And who does that belong to? Who does it belong to? Whatever sensation you feel on your body, who does that belong to? If you have a thought, who does that belong to? If you suddenly feel annoyed or contracted, who does that belong to? Okay, so who does that belong to? And if it's not yours, could you return to sender with consciousness attached? Who does it belong to? Who does it belong to? And who does it belong to? If you feel tired, who does that belong to? So for everything that's coming up right now, who does that belong to? If you're getting a blank, who does that blank belong to? Who does that belong to? So about a minute and a half left. Who does this belong to? And if it's not yours, would you please return it to sender with consciousness attached? For any sensations in your body, who does that belong to? And would you return to sender with consciousness attached? Okay, and 1 more minute. Who does it belong to? Whatever thoughts are in your head, in your mind, who does that belong to? Okay. And 10 seconds. Who does this belong to? Who does that belong to? And return to sender with consciousness attached. Okay. All right, Jason. So how was that?
That was nice. Like I was yawning a ton.
How's your head?
Definitely quieter.
Okay, so if you could choose any one of the tools to help with whatever it is that you wanted to change, which tool would you like to use? Which tool would be fun?
5/11.
Okay, cool. So just use that. And then when it gets boring or something else, then you can choose a different tool. And remember, the number one thing that we kept saying is that if you have, if you're using the tools to get a certain result and you have a vested interest in it, then it's not going to work. You're making it too significant. It's about being an allowance and an interesting point of view, and knowing that whatever you're asking for, you will receive. You just don't know how it's going to show up.
Yeah.
And that's like that's the mind bender. Cool. All right. So anything else?
Well, the other thing that comes to mind is, simply asking like, what is this? Like if the credit report were like a person or something, like what does the credit report require? Something like that. In
Yeah,
order for it to change.
but the credit report isn't a person.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
So you'll have to start becoming aware of how to communicate with the credit report, because it's different from communicating with a bird, which is different from communicating with a child, which is different with communicating with your computer.
Yeah.
So you can connect with the, individual reports and start to see, what you can communicate. And if there is something that you can do, or if it's just, the 5, 9, 11s. So do you have a lot of significance with that?
Yeah. There's definitely a vested interest.
Okay. So what energy and space and consciousness would you have to be to just know? So when you have knowing, nobody can take it away from you. There's no having to force your knowing on other people, you just know. And there's no significance on it. It's just, oh, this is just what it is. Okay. It's not true for you. Okay, well, this is what's true for me. That's it. So what would it take for you to have that knowing, to be that knowing, and not make it significant? Everything that brings up right, wrong, good, bad, pop, rock, all nine, truth, squares, and beyond. Okay.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
were,
first thing that comes to mind is keep asking questions and clear whatever is in the way.
okay. So what if you made it a game?
Sounds fun.
Yeah. You know, and the game could be like, how fast can I change this? And that's like a question like, okay, go ahead.
I'm also getting that there's like some other tool you may have never used before that is becoming available to you that you could use for this.
Probably, most likely.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
It's the question, what is that tool? You know?
Can I just say something here since I'm like having different awareness? I just sometimes, Jason, we self-sabotage. Like we know things can be easier than we intellectually think it is, but we doubt. And what if we put the doubt on the side and just take your awareness and just go for it and trust for whatever you ask for, you will receive. So I guess that was for me, and everything that brings up, let's not destroy this great.
Yes.
Right or wrong, you can put on 9 shorts present you. So let's not doubt anymore because there's no reason. It's just a matter of practicing, not like trusting and asking and receiving.
Thank you for that.
It's like everybody, I can't even think of the word right now. But so how is that, Jason?
That was helpful.
Okay, cool. And yes, I do get that you want the tools that could actually change all of that. And I already shared a little bit of that before. Was it during foundation? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Like how much energy would you actually have to own and acknowledge to, you know, control everything and change everything?
Wow. Like megatons.
Yeah, if it's the same amount that you're using to make yourself
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were actually to stop that, which is just a choice, okay, you actually don't require a clearing process for that, which is funny, right? You
Yeah,
just choose to
just
stop being
choose.
pathetic, and then you use that energy for something else. But I don't suggest trying to, control your wife, because she might up her potency too. So just try it out. And then you have all of these tools. Any one of them can work for whatever it is that you want to accomplish. But, try the 5, 9, 11, see if that works. You can even do the expand out 100,000 miles. Look at that one molecule you can turn, and then keep doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
You can turn an infinite amount of molecules.
Mm.
But would that necessarily make it faster? Use your awareness. Okay.
Right.
I'm getting something crazy about everywhere that I'm using tools or looking for tools as something to, get in the way of just being the being I know to be to create it. Like, what the heck is that?
It's kind of like there's a facilitator that I know. Who's actually now into, we don't require the bodies. There's some touching is a lie. That's not, nobody requires it. Yeah, we don't. You could be a floating entity and be infinite forever, but how much fun are you having? It's a different kind of fun. So all of these are available to you. You can go straight to, the beingness, straight to what could create everything, straight to the oneness. And you can also choose to use whatever tools are available. And I think the part that you were getting at, there was an energy there of, instead of being, because anyone can use the tools, but if they're being from this, oh my gosh, I can't change anything, I need to use tool, I have to find the one tool that would actually fix my problem because I'm too small and insignificant to do it from my being. So when you're doing that, then how useful would that tool be? There's another story. I love my stories. So Dane loves the Healy. Okay, guys, don't tell anyone that I'm saying this because we're not supposed to bring other modalities, but he loves the Healy and he's shared about it. I have it here somewhere, maybe, I don't know. But he loves it. And when he uses it on Gary, Gary's like, wow, this is really cool. Gary doesn't like electronics. He doesn't like other modalities, maybe massage, that's about it. So when Dane uses it, he uses it from his being, which changes the way that it works. So when somebody who's, just using it as, a multi-level marketing scheme uses it, it might not have the same effect. And it's, the space and the being that you be while you're using the tool actually affects the tool. So thanks for that. Not sure where to go from here.
So basically, it's not so much the tool. I mean, yes, the tool exists, but don't let the tool be the solution, right? I mean, kind of oh, sorry, there's some noise here. But basically, it's like giving away all your power to a tool, something like that.
Something like that, but it's also where you're at. If you could, in that moment, just choose to, what's that? Oh my gosh, what's the word? You know, when someone just like goes, it's like a metaphysical thing. Like you just go like all the way, kind of like what Lester was trying to do.
Like transcending?
Yes. So like transcend the body and like, you know, just choose it. Transcend, you're like out of body. You're like, I don't know how it is because I've never done that. Maybe in other lifetimes, but I don't know about this one. So if you could do that, then like choose it and just go for it. Some people have to start with the tools like, you know, get their bars run and use that, and that's the only tool that they can use. Other people can use whatever tools and it'll work. So use what tools work for you. Or you can, you know, choose to not use all of that energy to make yourself small and then use that energy for something else. And maybe if you use that energy that you're using to keep yourself small, along with the tools, you can have a more potent result. Maybe. I'm not sure. It probably requires a certain amount of potency, huh? You probably don't have it.
Wait, who are you talking to?
The kids are here actually, so I can ask them to come here. I heard you, where is he? No? Okay. I heard the smallest one going "arr, rawr."
Yeah, he's
A
watching
dinosaur
something.
or a lion?
I don't know. It's neither. He's watching some Muppets thing. Anyway.
Yeah, why don't you be his energy?
And just start going rawr. I see what you mean though.
Okay. Cool. So if you still want an answer to your question, I have like Dane has made fun of me for like being a guru, so I shall be a guru.
Okay.
I don't have the accent though, so okay. So what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you and your body be to be the bulldozer for all financial institutions to truly be for all eternity with total ease? So everything that doesn't allow that, right, wrong, good, bad, fuck, all nine trips, boys, and beyond. So that means that you have to use your capacity to bulldoze everyone and everything in your path. Would you choose that?
I want to say yes, but that's a no. Wow.
Yeah. So just
Wow.
run that clearing, keep running it, and yeah. What if you have to be a merciless like bulldozer? Well, everyone in your path, you're just like, okay, you're in my way. You have 10 seconds to get out of the way. Otherwise, I'm bulldozing you.
Oh, and everything that brought up.
Right, wrong, good, bad, top five, all nine trips, boys, and beyond. Yeah. So if that's bringing up anything in other people, and it's not just interesting point of view, how many lifetimes have you actually been that merciless that you just bulldozed over other people Or if you were like in a tank or something, you just ran over all the other opposing soldiers, or maybe even some of your own soldiers, just to get to whatever result that you wanted. Okay, so everything that brought up. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online church, voice, and beyond. Thank you for that question, Jason. So it's just,
You're welcome.
how is it for you?
It's definitely more doable now. And I see what I've been holding back when I didn't have to, with certain things that could be done on a very practical level.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. And of course,
Okay.
if I really like, I just see how much I've been buying into my clients' stories. And then, you know, like all the drama of like, oh, you know, I need this thing done. If this is not done, I can't move into my new home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, there's
So
a lot of
all
that.
of
And I'm
the
just like, yeah.
all the lack of possibilities of this reality that you're bought and you've sold and you perpetrated, will you destroy and create it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online church, voice, and beyond. Every time that you believe a story that someone says, or, you know, believe a point of view that someone says, you're actually creating that point of view on the planet. So you're creating more of it. And that's not good or bad, it's just what you're doing. And a lot of people are doing it. Otherwise, we won't have all of these things. So be an interesting point of view about it, every time you notice it. Because if you didn't notice it happening, you wouldn't have brought it up. So that's
Right.
great. You have you have the awareness. So every time, you know, someone said, I need this done faster, POC. If I don't get this done, I won't have a house, POC. Okay.
Or one guy was saying, you know, he can't get whatever. Yeah, he can't get a job.
Yeah.
Pock and pod.
Okay. So are you perpetrating that?
Oh my goodness, yes. Pock and pod. Interesting point of view.
Okay. Instead of being that can instill a different possibility just by being space, you're actually aligning and agreeing with them
Oh
and
my
creating.
goodness.
So is that what you like to choose more of?
No, not anymore.
Okay, cool. And everything that brings up or lets down, will you just try and create it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, online church, voice, and beyond. Oh no!
Well,
I got kicked off of Simone and Brandon. Okay, POC. So, yeah. Who's taking my bandwidth? Okay,
no idea.
so how's that now?
Well, that was huge because now I
Okay,
see how much I was
so
buying into my clients.
everywhere you,
Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's you or me that's,
You're lagging a bit, Annie.
okay, yeah, it's me. But I'm on two separate, what do you call it? Wi-Fi. Yeah. Hey Jason, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
Okay, can you turn off one of the YouTubes on TV?
Sure. Yeah.
I think that'll help with the stream. Maybe the one right behind my wall. Okay. All right. So while you're doing that, is this better? Kind of. Okay.
Yeah, I actually
Um,
changed my internet, so I'm on 4G instead.
were you on B?
I don't know which one I was on.
Okay. All right. Or you could turn off the YouTube.
Oh, well, that's keeping Jared occupied.
He can come in here. I don't mind.
Well, he's right now glued to the TV, which is amazing. He's real quiet and he's really engaged with the TV.
Okay.
Usually he's
Okay.
doing something else, but right now he's good.
So if you want to change this, just take a look at what point of views you're actually buying from your clients.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, this is huge. Because I was literally buying every single one of them
Okay.
until the problem was solved, you know?
So we talked a little bit about this during, I think earlier today or at maybe yesterday, how, you know, you're using instead of duplicating an energy, you're trying to mimic it to understand it.
Yeah.
So what if you don't have to understand whatever they're talking about? Okay. You don't have to understand?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Someone just started talking about anal sex and I just keep like,
Okay.
this would be the perfect topic for our money class later. Receiving.
That's funny.
Sorry guys, we have a totally different energy for our money classes. So okay, I'm actually gonna lower this. So if you didn't have to mimic it, if you didn't have to duplicate the energy, what if you could just create your reality? And what do you know about your reality that you can create? You know that you can do all of these things because there have been months when you had a lot of success with whatever work you're doing and with your clients. Okay, so when did you start choosing against that?
When did I start choosing against that? I honestly thought like my first thought was like, what are you talking about? Mostly because like I have so many clients who are just not done.
Okay. So when did you start creating that?
Like years ago.
Okay. Is that true?
Definitely feels true. Oh, no, it's not.
Okay. And then this is where, you know, asking a question and getting to what you actually want to create is useful. Okay. So if you don't want to create the trauma and drama that these clients are bringing to you, and if you don't want to create, you know, all of this that you've created from the past, what's a different choice that you can choose? What's your reality that you would like to create?
Reality I like to create, like everyone getting results.
Okay, so truth, is that what you'd really like to create?
I want to say yes, but it's not.
Okay, So when I say what would you like to create, it's not about the fantasy of it. It's not about what's the right thing for you to choose. It's actually what you would like and what would make you lighter. Okay, so even though you're saying that you want to change all of this, there's something about it that still works for you. And until you actually choose to create a different reality, you'll keep choosing it and keep asking, you know, all the gurus in the world to give you the right answer that would actually change something that you've already made unchangeable in your reality.
Yeah.
Okay, so every time you laugh, every time we get to the core of something, it's light.
Yeah.
And you know, you can't stop the laugh. It's what's true. Okay, so everything you've made impossible so that you can make yourself wrong as a way of making yourself right for being wrong, will you destroy and uncreate that, please?
Yes.
Oh gosh, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Is that? I'm just seeing like some people like clapping too. So I don't remember what the clearing was, but maybe we can find it later. Would you actually choose something different now?
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Sorry. Jared's driving me nuts right now. Would I actually choose something different?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. So in this case, you just have to find something, you know, that'll be more fun for you than what you're currently choosing. Okay, or you can be an actual adult of consciousness and choose something greater.
Sorry,
And
I'm having difficulty hearing. I mean,
I'm
literally not hearing it.
in the words of Brendan Watt, put your big boy pants on.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Or a big girl panties. If whichever, whichever is appropriate. All right. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with whatever you're choosing. Personally, I would prefer you choose something greater. And again, it's your choice. Okay. So if you need a tool in order for something to change, just do the 5, 9, 11s and keep doing it.
Okay.
Because it won't hurt anything. And, you know, even something like the Healy, or, you know, when you're running bars, it'll still work. Like, you could be the most unconscious person on the planet. And if you learned how to run bars, you running bars will still contribute to consciousness and create something. And you receiving bars would still contribute to consciousness and, you know, create something different.
That makes sense.
Cool. You're not wrong.
Here's what I don't get. Like, it kind of feels like I can't make a different choice. Because if I say like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I know I'm actually lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's wrong with that?
It's not working.
It's not wrong. Is it really not working? Are you getting everything that you want with the choices that you're making? Like, really?
No.
Are you sure?
Oh, what the hell is this? It's a yes. What?
If you value being right and value having control more than you value consciousness, you know, you'll make sure never to see what would actually change the energy, and make sure never to choose what would actually change and create something different.
Now I'm starting to see what you're saying.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So, big boy panties or pants, big girl pants, whatever. Okay. So that's what it is. All right. So how's that for now?
I actually feel a little more stuck than before.
A little what?
More stuck. Because I would like
Okay.
to change this, but I know on some level I don't want to change it.
So do you not have allowance for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that making it more stuck or less stuck?
Oh, that makes it more stuck.
Okay. So what if you can have allowance for all the fucked up choices that you've created or made, and it's okay?
Ugh.
And what if it's not actually fucked up? What if that's what's required in order for you to change?
That works.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that brought up-
It really is choice. All the clearings in the world won't trump choice. So that's the cool part about that. You always have choice. You always have choice. You always have choice.
My kids are getting a little loud.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else coming up right now?
No, it's just, I mean, the one big thing I get out of this is, just choose.
Mhm.
Like,
Okay.
even if it's
So,
not necessarily a big choice,
mhm.
still make little choices.
Like yesterday, I forgot which class it was. There's just a lot. We were doing that. What can you choose now, and what can you choose?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you got to a space where you actually could choose, and whatever you were choosing was true. So what's different with that and how you're being now?
Ugh. I want to say, I don't know, but I know that's not true. Well, the difference right now is that I just feel heavier than yesterday. I mean, compared to, when we talked about that yesterday.
Okay.
Who does that belong to?
Like someone upstairs. Wow.
Cool.
Oh my goodness. Return to sender. Test. Oh my goodness. Wow.
So
Thank you.
there's there's all of these tools. And now that you know them, you can actually use them. So we have that 3-day challenge of who does it belong to? What if you could actually commit to that?
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. So I'm a little bit tougher on you because You've had these tools for longer than I have.
Yeah, but I just never really used them for many years.
So, do you know the demon clearing?
Wait, say that again?
The demon clearing?
The demon clearing? What about it?
Do you know it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So every time you say, I don't know, every time you feel like you have no choice, can you say the demon clearing?
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is more of like the prescription you were looking for. Would you actually do it?
Yes.
Okay. So can you do it now, just maybe 10 times?
Sure. Go back from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Go back from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Go back from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Go back from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Go back from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Go back from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or this body or this reality ever again. Oh man. Ooh, wow.
Okay. So how
Ooh, that was a
are
lot.
you now?
Way lighter. My head just feels so much more spacious.
Okay. So you have 3 tools now that you can use. And if you do choose to do the rest of the Who Does It Belong To challenge, there's still, what, a day and a half left?
Yeah.
So it's up to you. So it's the demon clearing,
Who's this belong to?
5911, and expand out and turn the molecule. And if you choose to join the rest of us in the Who Does It Belong To challenge, that's your choice. Okay.
Oh, I gotta write this down. Sorry, the kids were kind of loud. I was. Oh man, I missed some of what was said. So that you said demon clearing. I gotta write this down.
Yeah, I'll write it down for you. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
I'll be the mom,
Okay.
not a wedgie.
Not at all.
Let me find your big boy pants in the other room somewhere. Also not a wedgie.
I missed that, so I don't know what you said. Oh, I heard something about pants.
I'll find your big boy pants somewhere.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I think, does anybody else have a question? I think we're just doing questions today. For
I have a question actually. From last night's ESC, I did 2 ESCs yesterday. One in the morning, I felt amazing and like a lot of expansion. Yesterday's, not so good. I didn't sleep well. I started very like morning, like very tense, and I was expanding and doing who does this belong to for a long time. And it just calmed down when I started co-teaching the Reiki, which was a clearing.
so
what
question
yes.
is, were you aware of the change you're creating in the Reiki class for all of the participants, whatever team?
We did a hybrid course online in presence. So we had like maybe 50 people.
Yeah.
I guess that was it.
Yeah. So if you're aware of something and you don't acknowledge it,
Yes.
then it's not going to change.
It was just many. I was returning to the sender. I was asking who does this belong to. I was doing all that.
Mhm.
It wasn't changing.
Yeah. So that's when you keep asking. And oftentimes, for a big class, like either you're taking it or you're facilitating it. If you feel anything that's not ease, it could be you're perceiving whatever expansion, whatever change you're creating. So whatever that is, just acknowledge, okay, oh, so is this the change I'm asking for showing up a different way?
Okay. I was just wondering if it was like during the ESC last night, and then I had trouble coming back, and then I remember when did it start? If should I just, like be okay with that? Because not comparing the two of them, I felt like I wanted to clear, but I could not clear for the second time. Just after, during the day, I did.
Okay, so does it have anything to do with the ESC?
That's what I wanted to know. I don't know.
Does it, yes or no?
Oh, you asking truth?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, every time you say I don't know, it's wait, what was that? I forgot how someone worded it, but I don't know if allowing a demon to
yeah.
So go back to every time you say I don't know, go back to from whence you came, never to return to this reality in my body ever again. Okay. So you do know. You know so much. You know a lot. You're aware.
Okay. If that has to do with the ESC, no.
Okay. So were you aware of the change that you were about to facilitate with the class? Like from all over the world and live in person?
Yes.
Okay. So acknowledge it. Okay. So body, how can we have more ease with this? Oh, okay. There you go. So if you think it's from one thing, but you never ask the question and just assume, then you never find out what exactly it is about. So Jason, I'm using you as an example because we just went. So he's thinking that, it's all of these people with their problems that's the problem, but really he's not willing to step up. So once we got to that, and then I gave him the things, like there was more space.
Yes. Thank you.
So
it's funny that
yeah, so you're creating a lot of change in the world. How does it get any better? How does it get more fun and more easier?
I know.
There you go. That would be like a better question.
A booty dance. Come on, guys. Come on.
Bunda. Oh, we're gonna do our booty dance on Monday.
Why not? 5 seconds. Come on. Come on. Get up.
So we're gonna have everybody in we're gonna have everybody
just shake it. That's it. Thank you.
So,
thank you for the contribution flowing out for you guys.
we're gonna have the both morning and evening sessions to come together and do the on Monday.
When? Monday? Great.
Yes.
What time? You already know.
We have to
I'm still gonna
come
decide.
up with a good time for everyone.
It will be fun.
Yes,
Thank you.
we'll put some music on. Oh, can you find like Brazilian music with the beat?
Absolutely. Where I live, it has a very specific drumming African
Yes.
Brazilian native thing. So I'll make sure I get this one. I'm gonna put it in my calendar, otherwise I'll forget. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, I think that's it for today. It's a little, you know, we have 2 more days, right? We're almost done with the manual, I think. All right. So, Jason, are you doing all right? Okay, I'll just take that as a sign yes. Yes, all of it is on the it'll be on the recordings. So, okay, cool. So thank you, everybody. How does it get any better? Okay, ask your body what it requires and who does it belong to?
Ask my body what? I miss it. Ask my body what?
What does it require? Salt, sugar, water, energy, and who does it belong to challenge? Okay, so bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Annie, Sir Jason.